going on, Scribe, and welcome back to Scribe Gaming with me, your boy Scribe. How the devil are you all doing now? I know you might be thinking that this setup is a little bit different, and you would be correct. I've actually got my brother staying with me for a couple of weeks, so I've had to vacate my stream room. It took me hours to rebuild it in the small box room, so I'm feeling a little bit claustrophobic and a little bit like an unprofessional YouTuber right now. So F's in the chat down below, thank you so much. I just want to give you guys an update on the free-to-play account and celebrate a milestone. We have unlocked our first set of legendary characters, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go check it out. So here we are back on the Scribbles So free-to-play account. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. We are rocking 327,000 GP. We are flying. We're not really flying. We're more like crawling, partly because over the Christmas period, as I told you in my previous video, I was rather unwell with norovirus disease, or whatever the hell it is, where you just projectile vomit essentially for 2 to 3 days. It was the most unpleasant way to spend a Christmas evening that I've ever had the mispleasure of enduring. It was worse for Mrs. Scribbles though. So yes, it was from about, like 10 p.m. until about 5 in the morning. It was just constant throwing up with nothing in your stomach. So it's just bile and retching and disgusting. It was vile. So we're only just starting to feel a little bit better. I haven't been throwing up. I managed to eat for the very first time yesterday. Booyah, had actual meal for the first time in like 3 days. It was pretty incredible. I made myself homemade soup. I know this is exactly the free-to-play update that you guys came for. But anyway, the Scribbles account, yes, 327,000. I unfortunately did miss about 3 or 4 days of playing this account because of the aforementioned lurgy that we did have in our household. So yes, the celebration is around the fact that we have got some legendary characters unlocked on the journey guide. So if we're checking out the squads that I've been working over, just high-level review once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are working towards an executor farm, so I'm focusing on the bounty hunters that we need to get the executor unlocked. I worked on the Phoenix faction as just an early game, pretty solid squad. They've got really good synergy, and I got basically given Captain Rex for free as part of the early game starter packs. No money spent, of course, absolutely $0 spent. Now at 5 stars, and they're doing okay. I've stopped gearing these guys, really, for the most part, stopped investing in them because they're at that point where I want them to be. I'm still going to star them up, get them to 7 stars, which will help me get characters unlock at higher tiers. And then down here, we've got the BAM requirements because we do need to unlock the Razor Crest, and to get the Razor Crest unlocked, we need to have Beskar Armor Mando, and he goes in the Executor Fleet. So we have been working mostly on these two. And the reason I worked on these two in particular is because they're just much better than, say, IG-88 or Dengar. I could swap out Cad Bane or whatever we really fancy doing there to make a more cohesive bounty hunter team that can actually do stuff. Because, the Disintegrate from Mando, and then you do have the, I can't remember what it's called, that second special from Grief. What is it? Sweeten the Deal. This is just a really good heal. Heals up your allies. If I had Zetas, I could get that Dispel as well. Also puts up Retribution and all sorts of good business. Really, really do like Grief. Great character. Also has a mass assist, so you can hit contract super, super early on people like Bosk. Bosk over there was one of my first gear 10s, and down here Vader is the second gear 10. I can actually take Boba Fett up to gear 10 as well, but I would like to just throw that gear on Bosk, so sort of just saving up those gears, focusing on individual characters at a time. Piet I managed to get unlocked, and I'm working on getting him to 4 stars at the moment. TIE Fighter Pilot's just kind of chilling, because we do need him as well for the Executor. I've finished off my Duel of Fates characters over here. I say finished off. I've got them to 5 stars. I got them both to 5 stars, and I put them to level 50 for now. Tomorrow, time of this recording, tomorrow we do have Duel of the Fates, so I want to be able to clear that first tier of Duel of the Fates with these characters. That's why I haven't invested yet. I want to see how low gear investment I can do for that event to just start earning these shards every month, essentially for free. It just saves me in the long run. Enoch, I've not tried to farm Peridia Patrol at all. I do not have the additional capacity, realistically speaking, to farm these. I'm farming far too much with my normal energy right now, including Bosk now. I've unlocked all of the nodes after hitting level 85, so I've got Bosk on farm. that's a almost like a problem for later on. But down here, Geos is another thing that I've just started working on. As I have finished up with Master Qui-Gon Jinn shards for now, we are now farming our Geo Brood Alpha shards, because I'm going to need them for when our guild transitions over to not Rise of the Empire, Darkside GOTB in particular. Darkside GOTB, we'll want to get those Watch shards unlocked. Having Geos doubles up as a pretty good fleet. Malevolence is still a very useful fleet as well. So all that business is all coming together, focusing on that, starting with Geo Brood Alpha because he's the main man, as it were. I'll probably get them all up to 5 stars and then all up to 7 stars, something like that, just to get the ball rolling on all these guys. Now, ships is a real pain in the bum, but it is what we are doing. So Slave 1, nearly 6 stars. We're only about, 28 shards away or so from getting that guy to 6 stars. Houndstooth, did manage to finally unlock him. This is like the only thing in the game right now that I'm doing any sort of refreshing on, doing a single hard node refresh essentially on Houndstooth, because I want to accelerate the rate at which I can get Houndstooth unlocked. After that, it's going to be get him up to as high stars as possible to make him as survivable as possible, to make the actual fleet missions that little bit more easy to progress through, so I can go ahead and start working on the punishing one. Unfortunately, that is the very last hard node, and without any good fleets, it's very difficult to actually progress through that. So right now, I'm not even trying. I'm just farming Slave 1, farming some shards of Merrin, that sort of thing, and working on these ships. Got Xanadu Blood unlocked, got IG2K unlocked as well. These are both part of my everyday farm, so that's all good. And of course, I do have the 3 Geo ships and Razor Crest over here. Yeah, we haven't had much luck finding him in the store so far, but hey ho, it is what it is. So coming back out then, the Vulture Droid and the High Bomber, not something that I'm actively farming right now. It will be something that I farm later on. TIE Advanced as well is just hopefully something that I do get organically. Luckily though, TIE Bomber does share a node with Queel, so I am double bubbling here. I do farm Queel shards every day. That helps me get some Imperial TIE Bomber shards as well, which is rather nice. The rest of it doesn't really matter. I'm only really trying to invest even just a little bit into the Executrix, just because Darkside will give me access to ability materials and that sort of thing. So I want to focus on Executrix as my main capital ship right now, before we transition over to the Executor later on. Okay, so good business. We were going to talk about the wonderful things that we've done with our brand new unlocks, our very first unlocks, and I'm sure you'll be able to tell me which unlocks that I have done, because you've seen my earlier characters. We have managed to get Palpatine, not C, I nearly said C there. We've managed to get Emperor Palpatine unlocked at 5 stars, because we do of course have the Phoenix to do it. Once I get my Captain Rex up to 6 stars, and Sabine Wren and Kanan over here up to 6 stars, I will be able to do tier 6, and then of course finish them off, I'll be able to do tier 7. The other one of course is Thrawn, and this was an absolute breeze with the Phoenix. Having Captain Rex in there, literally just full autoed, walked away, came back a very happy man. Now if you want to see just how powerful my Grand Admiral Thrawn happens to be and my Palpatine happens to be, I promise you I will blow your fragile little minds. Yeah, they're level 1. Zero investment in them right now. I could divert resources, of course I could, into Palpatine and Grand Admiral Thrawn, just to try and get a little bit of investment in these two, build them up and have a solid squad arena team, something for GAC, but I don't care to. That is resources that is going to be going exclusively over to my bounty hunters right now. I have no interest in trying to get these guys up, as great as they are. Later on, absolutely. Thrawn, of course, I'll need him for Executor anyway, right? Piet will be brilliant because I have to invest in him anyway, and it will pay well. But my focus right now is not to get competitive PvP teams together. It is just the building blocks, the foundations that will help me progress further in other ways. GAC is not going to be a friendly place for me, but I will be signing up and I will be trying to do something, even if it means setting absolute garbage on defense and then going at it with things that won't kill a single relic team. You know, like, let's be realistic, guys. I won't be able to kill a team, but I will be able to get my 10 banners for trying. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, it's been real. It's been fun. I'm happy to celebrate the fact that I have actually officially unlocked my first legendary characters. Excuse me. And that's kind of it really for the free-to-play update, guys. This is actually the very last video of 2024. I want to thank you all very much for your support, and I'm looking forward to an absolutely banging year in 2025. We've got loads of stuff coming in 2025, starting off with the Bad Batch coming in about mid-January. I'm sure we're going to hear more news about an upcoming raid. I'm sure we're going to hear more news, hopefully, about upcoming fleets. I hope that we do get a new capital ship, because even though CG has, for the most part, fixed the fleet matter, I'm still not satisfied. It's been stagnant. We've had Leviathan for well over a year now. I'm ready for something new. I want something to get excited about, something that's going to mix up the meta and make things interesting again. Let's see what 2025 brings for us. Let's go in hopeful and happy. And I wish you all nothing but the best in 2025. Happy New Year, tribe. And I'll see you all very soon. Peace out. May the Force be with you.